Yo, welcome back everybody. Today we have gameplay that is like a blast from the past. It's something that we haven't done at all in like 6 months, and that is a Tarecgosa Promo Drake comp, and then a twist to play it into the new meta. It's a George game. We get to play for Divine Shields, and what do you do as a Tarecgosa? You just pretty much build one big minion, one big golden Tarecgosa, and everything else on the board is a support piece for it. But it turns out that you can just build that big Tarecgosa, dump it on the board, play around it, and then just pad out the game with a bunch of other things like Leroy's, like mantids, like Sevjz with Divine Shield on them. Seems like George is pretty good at turning situational pieces into powerhouses of their own. And then once you build the final board and you get a hold of those reborns on amalgams and Sevjz and everything else, there's very little in this game that is truly competitive with this. We can even throw a Presters behind it and counter Divine Shield comps. It's kind of funny because no matter what people do to pivot toward you, you can always pivot to beat them. All right, enjoy. How was that swap there, Janice? You see the Janice board? In case you missed it. Swap the alley cat at the end of the turn, hit a ghoul with this entire board with 1 health. Moon's just madness now? Yeah, I mean, he's just huge now, so at this point, like, there's no fixing that. You get too big, and the stream isn't interacting with, or you're not really interacting with chat anymore. You're huge. You do your own thing, and then chat just kind of does its own thing. Shoot. Jorbs does a lot of, like, strategy games. His primary game is Slay the Spire. Kind of well known for, like, the 1,000 run Slay the Spire type of stuff. He also does a lot of littler variety type, like, peaceful speedrun games, or like think of like Ori and the Blind Forest, or Celeste, and those kind of style games that are a lot of ambiance, a lot of just chill and play the game type of things. And he's like a 1,000 viewer type of streamer and does a lot of relaxed gameplay stuff. Plays a game called Beat the Building. Yeah. Yeah, that one. Love those kind of games. Yeah, there's some good feels to it. Do you know Dark Viper? I do not. Can look up that name though. I'm still surprised at how many messages Moon still reads. The one thing that I really enjoy about, ooh, never mind. We got direction. What is this? This isn't supposed to happen. We went to 4 aggressively because we got a ghost, and holy shit. Hey, look, vintage comp. We have a dragon on the board already. Suddenly scaling. I know, this is crazy. He's arguably the best Slay the Spire streamer out there. The only 2 that I watch regularly that do Slay the Spire are Jorbs and Life Coach. Life Coach's Slay the Spire streams are fun to watch too. So I can't really say what else exists out there, so me saying one of them is good or bad compared to anybody else, they're just enjoyable to watch, and that's all that matters. Life Coach is the other Slay the Spire streamer I know of. Yeah, there aren't a ton of them. He's so slow. Yeah, but like, so am I. I take inspiration out of people, like moving slowly. Balor Lord. Oh, another one that I should have named, of people that have gotten a little bit bigger that I watched when they were smaller and really liked the way they structure their stream, was Barbarous King. Another one that came from Mario Maker. Does a lot more variety stuff at this point. I've thoroughly considered adding a volcano to the stream. When RNG goes poorly, sacrificing people in chat to the volcano. Just steal the idea, you know, put your own twist on it. Barb's an outstanding streamer. Yeah, he is phenomenally good. Sacrifice the virgins of Twitch chat. But what would be left? Pepe hands. Coin flip loss. What would be left? Carl Sagan. Oh, Carl Sagan's great too. Or Tarecgosa. We also could consider an arm, but I'm pretty sure we know what we're doing now. Hey, look, a card. Yeah, I'm just gonna live with this for the moment. Probably you, right? Let's not be silly, Bofur. Stop being silly. You're gonna buff the Tarecgosa. I've forgotten how this comp works. Haven't played it in like 6 months. So making sacrifice of hero of your choice or redemption would be fun. Yeah, the way he does it, or he did it in the past, like he doesn't really do it quite as much anymore. But like, you know, just for lols, anybody that's spoken in chat can be banned for like 10 minutes. There's nothing crazy. Like, oh my god, you're gone forever. To increase the luck of the stream, we're sacrificing people from chat. 10 viewers will be sacrificed at random for next game. And then had like a little animated interface for it. Ah, into the volcano. We need this? Yeah, it's actually part of something that was similar to that. Sacrificing the viewers is part of my overhaul to the stream. I know I teased that a while back that I was going to do. Things have gotten hectic with Lobby Legends, and my artist fell through. But it was part of the thing. Part of it. Bofur, do it. Can I volunteer myself? Always. To the volcano. I used to watch some Binding of Isaac streamers back in the day. Not a game I've spent a lot of time watching. Easy. Prester's Value. Oh my god, so good. But Binding of Isaac is a very good game. The streaming side of it, I just know nothing about. My god, we're playing an old school comp. Old school Forsen was interesting to say mildly. Old school Forsen, back when he played Hearthstone, watched a fair chunk of. Him and E-Cop back in the day. Very entertaining. Now we just gotta get in our Tarecgosa. That was back with Life Coach was streaming Hearthstone too. Yeah, we can take this. No. I mean, this is good for a turn, but I really would like to go find more things that synergize with what I'm doing, rather than buy up stuff that's situationally useful for like a turn. Oh, you just gave me such a nostalgia trip. Who else? Toast back in the day. Kalento, I miss Kalento, man. Reynad wasn't bad either. I was never a huge Reynad fan for the way the stream was structured. It was a little bit too much of, I don't know. It just wasn't really my cup of tea. Nyria? Yeah. I remember Nyria. Toast was good. I mean, you can pick anybody that became a big streamer, moved outside of Hearthstone, and be like, yeah, they had their thing. Hafu, yeah, Hafu's another great example. Kalento's still streaming though? I haven't watched a lot of Kalento anymore, I guess I should say. Hafu, yeah, Hafu's amazing. Is amazing. I don't tend to watch Hafu right now. Not that there's anything wrong with Hafu's content. She is obviously incredibly successful on Twitch. Just not my current set of people I watch. Yeah, Maz is another one that was really big back then. Also not my cup of tea, but still a very, very good streamer. Masan brought the viewers. Any Masan viewers in chat? Any Mr. Destructoids out there? Masan, I love that guy. Oh, that's some good shit right there. Vintage memes. Oh my god, we found things. Alright, I'm a little bit tempted just to go all in on stats here and just take 5s. Or take a 5. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure Nadina is our way to win the game. So we're just going to take Tarecgosa up front. Hero power it, then level take a 6. Beep boop. I love Masan. Oh shit, man. I'm going way back. I tend to not enjoy the larger streams as much as a rule, but not always a rule. But in general, yeah, I agree. I think that there's a limit to stream size for me personally. I either really like the content creator, like Moon's the example, like the exceptions to the rule. That Moon as a content creator I think is a fantastic content creator, very entertaining dude. And I'll watch him and I'll just turn chat off. Arbiter's another one that falls into that category. That is like really big. That I'm entertained by him. I don't need the chat. But the vast majority of other people that I watch are like sub 1,000 viewers. Now, you know, Barb and Pooh and whatnot, they fit the other category. 300 viewer size is really, yeah, it's comfy. 300 viewer size is really comfy. Like, you get good interaction. You feel like you can hold a conversation. Like, even in this conversation, I've only read part of the comments. Like, I haven't read everything everybody's posting here. And it's not because I'm trying to ignore them. It's just, I just can't read everything. I have to focus on the game and then pop back in. Like, there was a first-time chatter a second ago and I ignored. Neville's anyone? I remember Neville's. First-time chatter. Ignored immediately. What a terrible streamer. What do you mean by the way the stream is structured? Just the overall method of streaming. It's kind of an umbrella term. That the combination of the content they make, their mannerisms, the way they interact with chat, the way they present the entertainment, everything together. The overall structure of the stream. Alright, well, I want none of these. Am I going to use the Orgazoa this turn? Am I going to use the Pyrospawn? I think I am. I think we just go find something good or bust. That's good, but like really hard to use. Alright, well, we'll get this proc, it'll be fine. Like, what we need to be able to do is pivot away from only Tarecgosa, right? The rest of the comp has to have some power. Just Tarecgosa by itself isn't going to win the game. Tarecgosa and then a couple Divine Shield Poisonous Murlocs, we can get there. Alright, let's check back on this. Usually more meme responses from larger crowds. Yeah, it's also a lot of animosity. People are very hostile when nobody responds to them. Like, you build a community with responses to chat and, like, you know, the conversation. When you ignore chat most of the time, it tends to just go straight into meme territory or, like, spamming negative shit. And that can be annoying to watch. Yep, totally getting that proc this turn. Answer me! Yeah, exactly. Answer me, bro! Huh? You don't get it either. Joke's on you, we both suck. Notice me, notice me. Forcing viewers rating Raynad's chat, yeah, that kind of stuff. I'm feeling very hostile, Bofur. Oh, damn. Gotta nullify this stuff quickly. You are all appreciated. Especially the people that don't feel appreciated. Alright, Voidlord would be one of the better hits in the game to try to start building up the Sephons. Alternatively, we could just take an Acolyte. Outside of like runner Tarecgosa, I don't love it. Like I don't really want to play Tord Nadina. Another Sephin is also nutty. In the long run, like this here is going to carry us for a minute. Ideally, we get things to die, and then we can get the Sephin to actually proc. Each time we get a new thing, a new Sephin proc will reduce the number of dragons on the board by 1. And we'll just keep throwing out more and more things. But we need to get some death rattles on the board, otherwise it's not going to be possible. A Void Lord gives us 2 or 3 taunts, depending on how we want to structure it. Like we can play down this minion and this minion, or this minion and this minion. And then play something in front of a Void Lord and get that proc. It's just very difficult to do. And the game's just too short, you know? Like a lot of these things are great for the long term. They're just not good for now. And how much are we sacrificing in the short term for long-term gain if everybody's going to be dead except for one person that potentially you can't counter? How dumb was it to think about light spawn with 2 amalgam Sephin on the board? I don't think any attack scaling is relevant. Sephin itself is just going to give things poison, so attack is nothing at that point. Otherwise, we're just not going to keep it on the board. It's either there and useful, or it's not there anymore. Presters, no! Leave me alone! Pretty acceptable hits. I hate you, game. Genuine hatred. Genuine hatred. Reborn? Man, we're just doing so little to improve our board right now. Cool, then we'll be more likely to get it. No Murrow? What exactly do you want off Murrow? Nothing usable there, right? Murrow, I guess. Murrow in the Murrow would be good. Can't play Kali. Murrow in the Murrow in the Murrow. Then we could be a different comp. Alright, that's kind of what we want. Is to get Tarecgosa consolidated down, and then we could play something like Ring Matron on the board. Could just argue Ring Matron for the first turn. What 6 do I want? Yeah, it's probably better for the first turn. Higher likelihood of getting a Sephin proc is more important to me. No way we're going to get more than 2 things here, but a much higher chance of getting the Sephin value. Aren't they better split? Not if we're going to get Poison Murlocs and stuff behind them. And now we can actually play some Death Rattles to the board to get that. In the short term, a 60 or 2 60/60s is better. In the long term, probably not. Especially if we kill this guy. Because we don't have poison problems, we have a dragon problem. My god, we did it! I mean, we kind of did it, you know? Like, we did it. Yay. Alright, we did do it. We killed him. We did it, we got our proc, but we almost let him live. Hey, Bofur, did it hurt when you fell from the vending machine? Is that how you think I was born? There are vending machines in hospitals. I was born in a hospital. Born and raised. Never left. Like olden days, Tarecgosa comp isn't the same as like now Tarecgosa. Because we're better off pivoting toward other stuff. Could put you on the board. They would guarantee a proc Persephone, if we think this guy's trivial. I was gonna put this on the board too. Next turn. I was gonna put that on the board. It was gonna be awesome. What was old Tarecgosa? Just the time period of old Tarecgosa with getting the tier 3 Tarecgosa and promo drakes. You just played like wide with little Tareccosas. You got Nadina. And like two big 200/200s was capable of winning the lobby. It just doesn't work compared to what we currently have as stat scaling and effects in this game. It wasn't any different realistically, like mechanically. Man, I want this too. But like every one of these minions I have in my hand has a value. I just don't want this thing to somehow die before. He does have a Presters and a Dragon. It was possible if we didn't have the taunt. Just straight into the Sephin. That'd be sad, but funny. I loved Ysera back then. Yeah, Ysera was so... I hated it. If for those of you that were around here back then, I hated it. Like, Ysera was so autoplay, man. Like, it was so good, but you had to do the same thing every time. There were like 2 lines. You leveled 3-on-3, potentially 4-on-4 if you missed, or you leveled like Jeef Curve, and then it very quickly got tuned down to being always 3-on-3 or 4-on-4. Geese! So many geese. Maybe Leroy has a purpose in the future? Not you. You. Or you. Nah. Presters is staying. We're playing Mantid and Amalgam here. I think I'm more likely to care about Selfless than Leroy in the future. Because we have Presters plus Amalgam. We're just going through Divine Shields anyway. I need the shield for that one. Sometimes. Like, we're building what is the old school Amalgadon boards. We're just doing it via amalgams. We're doing what XD said was the good thing to do right at the beginning of the season. If we attack with this, by the way, the Presters would die here instead of the minion. Because Presters is the thing that causes the damage. Alright, alright, alright. We got another Reborn. Would be another small upgrade. Another win? Could be. Argus is good. Mantid's okay, I guess. Another Sephin is playable. Not that one. I realize the awkward position that puts me in. But it doesn't die to the opening Prester's attack, so it gives us a shield. Why is Important Reborn for you here after you get the poison? Because it can reborn and then get poison again. So in case you're wondering about the mechanic, Reborn Amalgam doesn't come back with poison on it. It comes back as just a 3/4 set to 1 health. So it doesn't come back as poisonous. We need it to, you know, eventually get the Sephin value, but we can get to a point that a couple things can die and Sephin can get a proc after one of these 2 amalgams has died and we get the extra body that's a poisonous minion. This thing being taunted, or any of them being taunted, is kind of the same problem. He is a board here that is going to kill this thing and take a shield. Like anything that's shielded and attacks first comes out heavy, or, you know, above average there. Why you gotta be this way, game? Why? Alright, at least that one was good. We don't kill him, but we beat him once. This is one of the strongest boards I've seen since the new patch. That's pretty good. It's hard to beat. George, when they get into late game positions, is very, very difficult to beat. And about all we do to get stronger is to play some kind of utility piece around this or add 1 more poison to the board. And getting a poison's not really reliable, so I'm just going to go for the golden selfless hero. We can ghoul him. What he needs is an Adina, right? Like, that's the way he can beat us. But even then, we have the Presters. Like, obviously, this board doesn't need us to be playing Presters. But his way of winning it is to get an Adina. You ever want to shield the selfless? Ghoul his ghoul. What's ghouler than being ghoul? Ice cold. Boo, Bofur. Boo. Boo. Ice ghoul? What's ghouler than being ghoul? Boo. Ghoul the ghoul, ghoul the ghoul, 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 ghoul. Yep, there you go, chat. Appreciate you guys. Boo for... That was a fun one. It's not an Adina. It's possible he could get some good hits here. He has good breakpoints. This thing doesn't kill. I tried to pull it back because of the multiple things on the board so that we could actually get the Sephin value. It did not work out the way I wanted it to, unfortunately. All right. No Leroy. Hey, we got him. All right, all right. Back-to-back dubs? Are we doing it, chat? We're turning around and actually winning games in current meta? The last 24 hours have been taxing. We played like 18 games in a row with no first. Given we were positive points on those 18 games, but like, holy shit. Where are our first place games? Just gotta have our boy George come through. Whew, that lobby too. Holy shit, 86. That's like 12 more points than we got last game for the Reno.